going on, guys? Welcome to Gubs Videos. My name is Kyle Gubber. Today I'll be reviewing X-Men Apocalypse. I'm going to go over the good, the bad, and all that other shit. You guys know how this works, so let's get started. I really love seeing the costumes at the very end with the new characters. It's the 90s, 80s. Like, they made it look cool and not cheesy. I love, especially Cyclops's. I love that one. It was straight from the comics, the games I used to play. Amazing. I kind of geeked out a little bit. I like that stuff. I like the introduction to the new characters, especially Scott Summers. I'm starting to sense a leadership role. I can't wait to see it because they're focusing more on him. Seeing Scott Summers and his origin is kind of cool. Like, his eyes were burning, all that good stuff, and him destroying Professor X's tree. Love that scene. Now I'm just gonna explain my favorite scene of all time. You guys know that situation, the stereotypical situation, or stuff from the movies when you got that new kid from school, little Timmy, and he's a cool kid, he's a nice kid, but then he finally meets the bully, and he's gonna try to stand up to the bully because he's trying to take his lunch money, and then the boy ends up kicking the crap out of little Timmy. Similar situation like that, except I'm talking about the Magneto scene in the forest. You guys probably know what I'm talking about here if you've seen the movie. Spoilers, so you should have seen the movie. Magneto is the bully, and the kid is basically the guys who try to kill him, but accidentally killed his wife and daughter. It's crazy shit, and I think that daughter was actually Scarlet Witch. I think that was kind of a cool little tease. When you see his wife and daughter get hit with that arrow, you're like, oh, you're so. And that's how exactly I felt. It's like when you see the bully, you're like, oh no, you didn't. You're like, oh. And I really love that scene in general. It's getting kind of tiresome seeing him go from good to bad or bad to good. Like, I hate seeing him swapping sides so much. It's getting really tiresome. And you gotta realize there's like 8 movies now.
4 is 1, 2, 3 strikes we're out of the old ball game.
You gotta start switching it up a little bit, so hopefully they do that for the next movie. Now I'm gonna get some of the bads because I just introduced one of the bads. I really did not like that last fight scene. Got very repetitive. It was a CGI fest. I'm not a guy to complain with CGI, but there was little to no action, like fight scenes, fist to fist, good old style brawl, there was little to none of that. And when there was that, it seemed like a dance, if you guys know what I mean. It was just, it seemed so choreographed, and like you knew what was gonna happen. Like, oh, he's gonna land there, then she's gonna throw that thing there. I hated that, and Psylocke hated her. She was a total utter slut. Like, Apocalypse is making all these badass costumes. Archangel, come on, that was a totally cool scene, and then he makes her like his slutfest dress. It was like, what the like, really? That's what you're gonna give her? Another thing I really didn't like is the way they used Magneto in that fight scene, because it was literally 10 minutes of this. I can't hold it much longer. When he said that, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, it was like 10 minutes of that was so useless, and I wanted to see more fist to fist, stuff like that. And Apocalypse, I wanted to see more out of him. He wasn't intimidating enough for me because, like, the entire movie, I'm like, they're gonna beat him. They're gonna beat him. Even though I know he can regenerate from the small cell, I'm like, they're gonna beat him. It's gonna be some corny ass way. Given that it wasn't really that corny, it was a very cool way they defeated him. But it seemed so useless because, like, literally, it was two shots. The one shot was them just literally just throwing shit at him, and he was like a force field, like, oh, I got this. And then the one other shot was Charles Xavier's like, oh, I'm gonna beat you, and then Jean Grey goes in and uses the Phoenix thing. That was cool though. That was really cool. So overall, I like the build up. That's a crazy thing to say. I really like the build up, but then the action was a shit. Same thing with Fantastic Four. I really like the build up, and then after that first half build up, and then the second half build up, and the action scene was shit. So I'm going to give this movie probably 3.5 out of 5 stars. I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. What did you think of the movie? I generally liked it. It's just like that last 30 minutes was very bleh. And it's a shame. It's a shame. I wanted to see more with Scott and like seeing more build up with these new characters that we're going to be seeing in the future. I have a Twitter, Gumps Videos. I have an Instagram, Gumps_videos. Go check me out there for the latest updates. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, or cut later. Goodbye.